He's an instructor in the academy, in both academies here in Florida. And he's updated himself on some of the latest stuff that the chief and deputy inspector here are aware of. John, if we heard shots right now coming from the other room, and we know they were gunshots, so we assume they were gunshots. I don't get any jokes. What are we doing?
First thing I do is get up to the mic.
Come up here? Yeah,
And then I'd be shot for doing something stupid like that. All right, so how many people here have animals, dogs and stuff like that? Okay, good. The dog hears a loud noise, what do they do? Okay, well, what else do they do? They run as fast as they can, am I correct? All right, so we can learn a little bit from the instincts of the animal kingdom. Flight is one of the responses that can save your life. But we need to be level-headed, all right? So that we know what we're doing, and we don't run like the water bison up each other and then the lion kills everybody. So we need to be smart. How many people here feel you're observing? Great. Without looking, how many exits are there? Yes, Pamela, there are 4. I love you. That's so good. All right.
I grew up with them.
Okay. There are 4 exits. Many of you don't know. You have to be an active participant in observing in your life. When a police officer goes to eat in a restaurant, they usually eat and sit in the back with their back to the wall, and they observe this. It becomes rote. It becomes something that they do regularly. You need to be vigilant in understanding your environment. So the first thing I would do to answer the question is I would flee. And of course, take your loved ones, let's see as fast as you can. Determine where the threat is, which means where the gun is. If it's coming from there, you want to be like a good animal, you want to run to that exit if you can, or the closest exit. Okay? After you do that, there are recommendations in situations like a lockdown in a school where somebody enters or whatever, that when this situation is you hide. But isn't that a great place to hide over here? I wouldn't want to hide. I wouldn't want to be like Paris where somebody's going around saying, okay, and doing something horrible like that. You don't want to make yourself the best victim, all right? You don't want to make yourself available for that. If you were to hide, there are 2 types of hiding. One is concealment, where you put something like this where they can't see you, but it could be shot through. And the other one is cover, where it's something like a mailbox or something that people are shooting outside. So you have to understand that. There's another thing, okay, that we're now starting to recommend as a possibility. This is the last choice, but if you have no choice and you're trapped, is to fight. So you need to look around for the available, we call them weapons of opportunity. What's there? What do you think some weapons of opportunity might be in this room?
Branch.
Huh?
Branch.
Okay, in this room. Yeah, but in branch. Okay, a fire extinguisher, one of the best lightings around, and also something that can possibly disorientate somebody if you were to spray it. Candlestick, a chair, a barrier of any sort. But you have to do it with fervence. You have to do it hard and fast, without hesitation, so that you can offer the best scenario for your own safety. Now, I'm telling you, this is not the first choice, okay? This is the last choice, but it is a choice that's available to you. You don't want to give somebody, and also it depends on the circumstance. You have 1 shooter, you have 2 shooters. You know, a revolver holds 5 or 6 bullets. That's not a bad thing to know, so that if the person has shot 6 times with a revolver, it's highly unlikely that they're going to be able to continue to shoot without reloading. Different automatics have different opportunities. Automatic weapons now, became a weapon of choice. It takes things out of the scenario. But be observant and be vigilant and be level-headed. Now let's say if you've escaped, all right, and there are still people trapped in there. Not only do you have a social and moral responsibility, a spiritual one on my end, but you want to be able to get the police there as fast as possible. So when you call 911, once again, try to be level-headed. Tell them the location that you're at. Tell them the entrance of where it, no north, south, west, east, if you can. If not, you'll say the entrance with the big statue in front of it or whatever. Give them intel on the people. Not that you would have time to, but we all have the best intelligence gathering devices in the world. Cell phones, right? Put it on video during the entire time if you have the presence of mind to do that. So they can hear and see some of the things that you can. Go a safe distance away. Put yourself behind, not concealment, but something would cover, the engine block of a car, behind you. and just give as much information as you can so they know. If there were more than one shooters, if there's a description. I guarantee if you turn around, you don't know who's behind you, unless you're related to them, or who's to the left of you, or who's to the right of you. Be aware of your surroundings. Understand that there's a lot of things that go on, so you need to be able to control yourself a little bit, because your body has a fight and flight response. So you're going to, vision's going to narrow. So you need to be able to do the best that you can in an emergency situation to get the best result. It's not likely to happen, but it can happen. And unfortunately, in the environment we have today. And just a little comment on this, terrorism has been all around the world and has been changing people's lives. The main mission, because I worked in the terrorist task force, the main mission of the terrorist is to cause confusion and chaos, economic devastation, by committing small acts in an economical way to create evil, I call it, all right? Don't let it change your life. Don't let it change your passion for life. Don't let it change the way you live. Okay, just be more careful because they'll win, okay, these evil people, if you let it change your life.